mean, it's kind of hard to pinpoint like what the major issues are. There's just so many.
So what exactly is fueling this violent crime wave here in Albuquerque?
The district attorney's office says there were 114 shootings in the first 112 days this year.
And by our count, Albuquerque has seen 27 homicides so far this year.
And while it might be hard to pinpoint a cause for those numbers, a number of plans just announced are supposed to tackle violent crime.
And just last week, the governor and Mayor Tim Keller unveiled one that included more than 50 state police officers to patrol here in Albuquerque and add more manpower near UNM.
Today, an Albuquerque City councilor announced another plan to tackle crime in southeast Albuquerque. Ryan Laughlin was there. So, Ryan, what does this plan involve?
Well, Steve, it's essentially 5 more bike cops dedicated to patrolling southeast Albuquerque, including Nob Hill. Now, these guys will be a part of the problem response team. They won't be running around on calls for service, but rather focusing on troubled areas in an effort to try to get crime down.
When I first got here, it was very busy over in that corner.
Doug Angster owns Ivy Paint and Body Shop right on the corner of Central and Wyoming, and he says this area sees its fair share of action.
Fights, cops came in, a couple guys ran in here, they ran into my building.
But this area has been focused on by a group of APD officers called the Problem Response Team.
Try to see what the issues are within those communities, and then we as officers can come up with the right response.
Officer Jennifer Harone is part of that team and focuses on community policing in southeast Albuquerque. And today it was announced that that team is getting bigger.
You will start seeing 5 new bike officers, a sergeant and a lieutenant from our PRT team on bike patrols in Nob Hill and in the International District.
Central in Wyoming is an area Councilor Davis says this problem response team is really focused on. And he says whether you've noticed or not, they have made an impact here. For example, Davis says this guy, Officer Weinberg, who was on the PRT, was able to stop a suspicious person for jaywalking. Turns out he found meth and the guy had warrants from Colorado. So we asked, when do you think people will start to notice things getting better?
This is really the first summer where we're going to be able to really implement those proactive policing strategies in a bigger way that people will be visibly noticed.
The cops working the streets say,
I almost feel like it's too soon to be able to tell.
They're asking for patience, and as for business owners, they're hoping it makes an impact.
If it works, yes, I'm all for that.
Now, these 5 bike officers will be in addition to the 10 that will be patrolling the entire central corridor. The only difference is they will be focused exclusively on southeast Albuquerque. From Nob Hill, I'm Ryan Laughlin, KOB4.